Okay, welcome back to our Dungeon Crawl Classics campaign. It is taking place in the uh, Thousand Islands setting, which is essentially a series of zines that maps out this kind of region. Uh, my player Nikki has been operating two characters on a quest for adventure, I guess. A quest for many things, but these are different lands and different peoples. And as her characters, Yuna and Orin, travel through, they're learning much about the world, I suppose. Most recently, that there's seems to be this sickness happening, which could be in part caused by the fact that the food sources are not being as well refrigerated as they should be, due to the growing concern of the ice melting, um, and the penguins can't seem to figure it out. So we've got that going on. There's a couple of approaches, try to find something so people don't get sick, some kind of cure, try to figure out why the ice is melting. And of course, there's a serial killer also on the loose. So lots of fun stuff going on as we start out the session today. And Nikki, you can go ahead and intro your characters. And I guess if there's something else you wanted to add to that, because I'm sure I missed something, we can kind of go from there.
Okay. Yuna and Oren, yes, they are doing many investigations as they are junior detectives, as we all know. And yes, they are trying to get Kalava and see if he's a serial killer. In order to do that, they have to go back to Singa at night. And that unfortunately requires a special pin that you need to stay on the island at night. So they're trying to find that from one of their friend's sons because he has a pin. So that is what they're trying to do. And they're also trying to figure out a way to perhaps find a cure for the gut snakes. We know there's several different options that we've been given for that to try to look for something. So that's where we're at, what we're doing.
Right. All right, because you had made a deal with Club or a rendezvous that you were going to be back up with them, right? Um, at night.
Yes.
But of course you can't go
Yes.
back tonight because it is dark and you're not allowed on the island unless you want to sneak around.
That's why I
Um,
was going down to look for the pin.
right. So you did get some information from this young man on the docks that Kalava's Maya's 14th son. Of course, Maya, a frequent adventuring companion of the group, is in fact has this pin that allows him to travel on the island after hours. Basically, he's licensed. So yeah, what's your
Yes,
plan?
and we were supposed to meet Kalava because he has snake stone, and I was supposedly trying to buy some because I still have a debt to pay off,
That is correct.
theoretically. So
Right, Kalava had offered you a snake stone, or a location of snake stone, not actual snake stone. Was it actual snake stone? I
he
think it
said
might have
he
been
want to
actual.
buy my snake stone. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Is that what he said? Okay, good.
That's what he
Just,
said.
just testing you.
And so yeah, so that's where I'm at. And so I'm talking to Maya's 14th son. Um, he wants to know if Oren can enlarge his bottle of whiskey.
Right, and that would be right because he has a very large bottle of whiskey, well, a very small bottle of whiskey, I should say, and he would like it to be very large. And after Oren's demonstration of enlarging the slug, um, he feels like that would be a uh, good thing for him. Why wouldn't you want your whiskey to be enlarged?
Exactly. So I will say to him, he might be able to do that, but he's a wizard, and we know how wizards are. They never do anything for free.
Someone is at the back doorbell.
Well, on this way by back door.
Oh.
We shall pause for a second. Okay, sorry about that. Real world cut in there. Um, you were saying about wizards?
Yes, wizards, they never do anything for free. There's always a pact to be made.
Well, I will share some of the whiskey that will surely be plenty if the wizard can do as he says. And this is the finest whiskey to be had uh, in the Death Roll Kingdoms.
Finest.
Mhm.
Well, as much as I like whiskey, and I'm sure Orin likes whiskey, Orin nods. Yeah, he likes whiskey. Um, what I really need is that pretty. I like your pin that you have. Very beautiful.
Oh, well, I can't just give up this pin. This pin allows, it shows proof of my license to do business on Singa proper at night.
Well, what if we just borrowed it and brought it back? I mean, if you could ask your mothers, we are very trustworthy people.
Oh, you know my mother.
I do. She's been adventuring with us a little bit.
So it's you that has taken my poor mother into dangers when she should be at home cooking rice and fish for me.
Well, that's not a very enlightened attitude. She's been wonderful on our adventures. She's been helpful, and she's gotten a share of loot at times,
Oh,
and she seems to be enjoying herself.
oh, she has loot.
Well, things like honey and that.
All right. Well, if you
Maybe a
tell me
gem
how
or
much
two.
loot she has, so that a gem. All right. If you could make a list of this loot that she has for me, then I will let you borrow the pin.
Well, she's the one who earned it. Why would you need a list?
I need a list because clearly she cannot handle her own finances and will need a smart son like me to handle it for her. I am the only one in the family who has access to the island because I am the only one smart enough to deal with the crocodiles. And no, it's not because I'm part crocodile. Don't think like that.
I was just going to ask you, actually.
Yeah, you were going to ask, weren't you? You're not from around here, are you?
No, not from around here.
It's even more difficult on us when we're part crocodile because we are set to higher standards than, you non-part crocodile people.
But your mother seems quite capable.
Mm-hmm.
She seems like she has all her faculties and reason. I don't see why you should have to handle her affairs.
Well, I'm just going to help her with it, so it'd just be useful for me to know exactly what she has. And he kind of rubs the pin a little bit, breathes on it, shines it.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to do that to Maya. She doesn't have that much anyway. A little honey, and I think she has a few coins and a gem. So
Oh, are you telling him that, or you're just saying that all?
I'm just thinking out loud, yeah.
Okay.
So I will say, you underestimate your mother. She helped me cure an ogre's foot. She helped me cure a crocodile, or help a crocodile that had been attacked. You underestimate her.
Okay. You can make a difficult personality, so DC 15 personality check.
Okay.
See if you can sway him. He's kind of a dick.
Yeah, I can tell. I'm shocked. Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah. You don't want to burn any luck or anything. Remember, you're a thief. You get it back.
Actually, 11.
You get it.
If I burn 4 luck, I can.
Well, you have a luck die, so you could burn. Remember, you roll a die every time you burn luck because you're a thief.
That's right.
So every point of luck that you burn, you get to roll a die. So you might only have to burn like 1 or 2, depending on what level you're at.
Yeah, I'm level 4. So.
Yeah, so you can roll your luck die. The way I do it, which is it's not super clear in the rules, but this is how I do it, is you don't have to state how many you're going to burn when it's the die. You can just roll the dice and then keep rolling if you need to.
Okay. Two. So that'll get me to 15. Okay, let me make a. Yeah. So I burned.
And you restore back 1 point of luck per level per night as a thief when you rest.
Right.
So, yeah,
I burned 3 luck. So.
3? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so your luck is temporarily reduced to that number. For any luck checks or whatever. Okay, so yeah, he says, well, what you're saying is true, and you seem to be an honest person. Then it seems to me that you have done some good for my mother and allowed her to grow beyond the timid lady that she was. So for that, I will load you the pin if you can enlarge the whiskey to double its size.
Okay, sure. We'll try that. Why not? So for doubling, I need a 20 at least. We'll look at Orin and he will sigh in the way that Orin does. Get out his brand and spell burn 5 points of 3 agility and 2 stamina. He'll spell burn to try to make this roll. Okay.
Okay.
So you see him with the brand on, and he mutters some arcane. Gotta roll my dice here. Ooh, that's good. Oh, it's a good thing because he rolled 15, so plus 5 plus his caster level. 4 that actually puts him at triple size.
Triple. Nice.
Yeah, 50 plus 4, 19 plus his caster level of 4 plus intelligence, right? So. Yep. So that puts him at 24.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So this whiskey bottle becomes this jug of whiskey, and you see his eyes light up. And he looks at it. He kind of seems to be weighing it, and he says, "Yeah, this seems about double." And he takes the pen. Off and he hands to, and he says, "I'm going to drink this and have a good night, and I will see you in the morning. If you get caught with my pin, I've never seen you before." And then he grabs a big thing of whiskey and he starts walking with it.
Yes, don't worry. We would never give away our sources here. Good job, Orin. And he just glares at Una. So now I have a pin, so I can go meet Kalava.
That's true. Yeah, you can get back on the on your kayak, and we'll go over to the island.
Okay. I don't have anything to give him in return for his snake stone, though. Yeah, but I still gonna go meet him. Mr. Goodbear told me to try to get a confession, so.
true. You did say that. Because good bear is a master sleuth. Yes, you go over, and you had snuck out before because you actually stayed till after dark. Remember? Um, People are just out and about. You don't really see patrols per se. You just see kind of people walking around, almost like nobody that's not supposed to be there would ever dare to be there. But I mean, you occasionally see somebody check you out. Maybe their eyes catch the pin. Although you have to go by yourself, of course, because you only have one pin, so Orin can't go unless you have some way
Really?
to bring Orin in a secretive way.
Mm, I could give Orin the pin,
Okay.
and Yuna's going to use her cloak.
Oh, you guys trying to sneak?
Yes.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So Orin boldly walks through the town. Again, every once in a while somebody probably looks and sees the pin, and they just kind of could go and do what they're doing. You see a mix. It's, I mean, primarily crocodiles on the island at this point, but you do see, some people with pins and some people doing, having, walks and talking, and people are eating, and it's like it's nighttime. It's like a normal, like it looks like on the other island, except of course, this is the elite. So everybody you see here is, you can tell that they all have plenty of coin and feel very protected in their space. So yeah, you can go ahead and make a. I mean, they're not really looking because, like I said, they're pretty confident here. So I would say it's DC 12, which I think you pretty much automatically make.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just
Plus, I'll roll it just to make sure I don't get a 1, because. Ooh, no, 18 plus 10 is 28 plus my other modifier. So, yeah.
yeah, for a situation you think you probably won't fail. So yeah, Yuna's dodging between the buildings, staying out of sight as Orange kind of very casually walks down the street towards the outer part. And again, there's the docks and then where the catfishermen are. They kind of pushed back where they had set up their area for eating. You see people still there. And with a little bit of looking around, you can certainly encounter Flava again, should you decide to do so.
Yes, I would like to see him.
Yeah, you see him now. He's hanging out with other dock workers slash catfishermen. They are drinking probably you would assume some kind of ale or something out of a big bucket. They got their mugs and they walk up and they scoop it out. They sit back down and they're telling stories about how big a fish they caught versus how big somebody else's fish was or whatever.
Okay.
Orange just kind of walks up on him. Or you just walks up on him, or how do you want to do it?
Orin's gonna walk up there because I don't want him to be yelling that, oh, this person's here without a pin, if I go up there and try to talk to him.
All right, so you're gonna lay low in the shadows while Orin walks up. Yeah, so he looks up and sees Orin and he says, "Oh, Orin. Ooh, I see you have a pin. Excellent. You can hang out here with the boys. Drink some of this ale. It's very good. They put a little bit of the fish oil in it to keep it, healthy. It's good for the bones."
Yes, it is. Kalava. Yeah, Orin's not used to being the one that does the talking.
Yeah, he picks up like he goes through, like he's got like a bag or whatever on the ground. He goes through and he pulls out another cup and he kind of just like shakes it, and then he hands it to Orin.
Yeah, Orin will take it.
Okay.
He'll say, Yuna is convinced that you're up to no good. But I know you're a good guy. I see where you're coming from.
Oh, yes. Well, I come from this area. I think that we all have our paths to follow, and I think mine is a good one. He drinks down his.
Yes. Is it must be nice to be able to go on vacation so much. Yuna never lets me have a day off. And look, I lose a foot for her, and so it's just Orin enlarge this, Orin manipulate that. You know how women are.
He looks down and sees the foot missing, and he sees the ear slightly floating off the ground.
Yep.
And he kind of like opens and closes his eyes multiple times to see how drunk he is. He looks down at the. And he said, "Oh yeah, oh, she told you to enlarge it. I'm sorry, my man. Yeah, have some air."
Well, I mean, no, not that's not necessary ever. But you know, things like whiskey bottles, and sometimes I have to, get bigger when I have to fight monsters.
Ooh, that must be impressive. I wish I could get bigger when I had to fight monsters.
Oh, what kind of monsters do you fight?
Oh, vicious
Have you?
monsters.
Oh, we
Not
should
many
swap
out there.
stories.
Sure, sit down. Have some ale.
Yep. Orin will sit down and he's sipping his ale. And starts
It's pretty
telling,
good. It's got a little like oil flowing on top.
telling stories about fighting the giant statues and stuff like that.
Oh, oh, you know that it's illegal to go into the ruins and attack the icons. The crocodiles would probably eat you alive for that.
Well, they
Their
weren't
laws
in the
are very
ruins.
strict.
They were outstretched hands over the river. They were just there.
Right. So if something is just there and it seems dangerous, then you should be able to kill it. Right. That seems like a fair law. I
I'm
agree
just
with you.
saying.
We're on the same page here.
Just saying it wasn't in the ruins. And we were there for a crocodile anyway, to get hands or something. All I remember is I had a big giant stone hand for a while. It was not very much fun, I can tell you.
Huh. That's quite exciting. It's strange that whenever we were together, you guys were just kind of camping.
That's true. Well,
Perhaps I bring you
have,
good luck. We should travel
have to
together.
camp. Oh, you would like to travel with us?
Yeah, I think my time here is, well, only for short periods, obviously, because I have to support my children, which is why I work here. But I suppose you find lots of riches in the ruins.
We can. Yes, we have.
Oh, yes? In the ruins?
Yes. Orange he's had a lot of ale, and he's like, oh, well, only where we went to go for the crocodile man. Some sort of archaeologist, I think he was.
Hmm.
He helped Yuna with some problems she had.
Right. Well, they often will send us to do things that we're not supposed to do, so that if we fail, they can then blame us.
But we've gotten riches from other things. Yuna's always making friends. Did you know she made friends with an ogre?
An ogre.
Silly,
That's impressive.
silly woman.
Yes, I've always felt like ogres were quite violent, but she does seem to have a way with men.
Yes, she does.
And apparently she likes them big, so an ogre makes sense.
Well, I don't think that's how she likes them, my friend.
Oh, I see.
But I might be a father soon. I might be fathering a whole new race of emperors, empresses.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes.
It's nothing like being a father. And then he raises his mug up, and all the people that were kind of, not really listening, but when he says out loud, they kind of turn and like, oh.
Yeah. Well, if you would like to travel with us, I believe we're heading towards, oh, now I have to find the name of it again. Metairie.
Oh. Learning is very, they say it's like a labyrinth. Many get lost in there. There are no maps, only witches.
Witches. Well, where would you want to go? Oh, and you have not told me a story about something you've fought. A monster. We're swapping stories.
Oh, yes, oh, yes. Oh, ah. He looks around. I can show you its head.
Oh, Orin will kind
Come. He stands up. He's a little wobbly.
of. Orin stands up, and okay, he'll come off. He'll follow him. Yeah, and Una will follow in the shadows.
Yeah, he starts to. He's not paying attention to you because he's pretty drunk. He starts walking off towards the wood line, and then he's oh, it's around here somewhere. He picks up a stick and he starts like digging into the ground. Then he reaches down and he pulls up a very, very big catfish head. He lifts it up and he's like, whoa! And he like does the mouth. Look at the whiskers on this. It was a tough fight, Orin. My hook was in it. It pulled. It yanked. It pulled again. I had to club it over the head. But I won. And it was so delicious.
Well, it's very impressive fish head.
My prey, Samuel.
Samuel?
Samuel the catfish. That's a pretty common name for catfish, actually, so it's a pretty good guess.
Samuel the catfish.
Some of them go by Sammy, but most catfish are pretty formal.
Well, it's a very impressive beast.
Yes. And now it will help us grow rice. And he puts it back in the ground and kind of covers it.
But it's nothing compared to an angry ape, four-armed ape, charging at you out of the water.
That sounds insane. It's good that you have the magic to protect you.
Yes. So you're not wanting to go to Metairie then?
Oh, I'll go to Metairie. If that's where the adventure lies, and treasure. I need to make enough money to get out of here. I do not want to live amongst these people anymore. They are... It might seem like we live a good life here, Orin, but they do not treat us with the same level of equality as their own race. We're one step above being enslaved, to be honest. We can't really afford to leave because all the money we make goes back into the things we need to survive. And the crocodiles keep getting fatter and fatter.
Yes. A man deserves the fruits of his own labor.
Yes. I agree. And if anything stands in their way, they must move forward through them in most efficient fashion. Any kind of like punches together like that.
Oh. Is anybody around us?
No, you've kind of walked off. No, nobody's really right there.
Okay.
Unless you want them to be, then you can make a luck check.
No, I don't want there to be anybody there. No. I am going to try something.
All right, good.
Orin is going to look at Kalava and, oh boy, cast spiderweb
On him?
on him to catch him. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Orin is a man of few words.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the guy. So,
Okay. Well,
I mean, if he's not, we'll deal with it.
all right, spiderweb. Was that second level spell?
Spiderweb level 2, yes, page 196.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have already a mercurial for this one, or is there anything? I don't think you
Oh,
cast.
mercurial. I have not cast this one before. Nope. It's number 11, planar rift. Oh geez. Oh no.
Oh boy. Maybe this is why you haven't got it before.
Yeah, could be why. Yeah, it is number 11, planar rift. Let me.
Okay. Planar cast a spell tears a jagged hole in the warp multiverse. There is a cumulative 1% chance this is the first time that a horror from the outer dark steps through the rift. Okay, well, I mean that's it basically. I mean it's gonna do stuff if it comes through, but we don't know if it's gonna come through or not. So go ahead and roll your percentile and see if you get a 1. And make a note
Okay.
of this, so you pass it once.
All right, rolling percentile. No, 60, 63.
That is unfortunate. Well, I'm gonna quickly change something.
Yeah, you see like a rip start to form, and then it just slowly heals itself over. As Orin looks at Kalava and says, "Murder is not the answer, my friend," and casts spiderweb on him, which I will roll for that, I guess. +4.
Okay.
4, 15 plus 16. So caster weaves the spiderweb up to 20 feet in diameter. Can be placed in any static location.
Okay, so you're dropping a spiderweb on top of him.
Yeah,
Does it,
it says touch, so he, well, and clapped the arm on his shoulder.
tablets are trapped by the web. If we did touch the web held fast, able to escape only by DC 20 strength or agility check. The web can be burned off. Well, he doesn't have any fire with him. Okay, so he can cut through it, maybe, but not right away. So first he's going to try to, he's obviously, with Spider, he's like, whoa, man! He's going to try to break out. He has no bonuses to either one, so I'm just going to make a straight D20 roll. He needs to get a 20, basically. And he did not. Yeah, he is held fast.
Okay. So Orin will go up and, well, Yuna's going to step out of the shadows at this point. She's going to say, yeah. She's going to say, I think it was you. I think you're killing the crocodiles, and I don't think that's the right way to handle your grievances. Just admit it.
Why are you attacking me like this? I'm just a poor innocent dock worker. I have children to feed.
Because I think you're a killer, or you know someone who is.
Spiderweb. This is very nice of you. And he kind of, he sucks. He's like, why? Why would you do this to me? And he kind of gets sullen.
Because you've been murdering innocents, or perhaps abetting somebody who has been murdering innocents.
Is anyone truly innocent?
I'm not here to debate philosophy with you.
Well, clearly not. You wanted to bamboozle me and capture me after pretending that you want to be my friend. Now, make a luck check.
Okay.
Orange, make a luck check.
Oren, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, just under 6, just under
Okay.
7.
Yeah, he's like, and he throws up because he's pretty drunk, but does not go all over you. I thought we were buddies.
I did too, but you've been saying very disturbing things. And you had crocodile meat. And you obviously hate the crocodiles.
It's not
I think
not
you're
illegal to buy crocodile meat when you're in different areas. And it's on vacation. But yeah, I hate them. They oppress us. They are oppressors.
Well, if you didn't kill the crocodiles yourself, who did you buy it from?
I don't know. It's not illegal to buy crocodile meat in other places.
Um, I would say
You realize that I have 16 children, and my 2 wives are not going to be able to handle taking care of them on their own. And if you accuse me of such crimes, they are going to eat me alive.
that's why I want to know. And she looks at him. She gets up close to where he's webbed, gets right into his face, into his eyes, and says, "Are you the serial killer, Kalava? I don't want to accuse you falsely, but I have to know."
Like, serial killer is a very strong word.
Oh, what word would you use then?
Freedom fighter, revolutionary, hero, and I suppose martyr.
Yeah, that's a yes. Okay. Close to a yes as I'm going to get. And she'll say, "I understand that you feel oppressed, but I still don't think going around just killing crocodiles who have not really done anything to you personally is the answer."
It's the system. Help me. Yeah. Help me get some coin so that I can take my 2 wives and 16 children and we can move away from this terrible place. Don't force my children to grow up in this place, possibly victimized by the crocodiles, to be consumed at their leisure.
You know what?
And honestly, you know that meat was good.
Oh boy. Where would you go? How would I know you wouldn't kill if you'll randomly and indiscriminately kill sentient beings? How would I know you wouldn't kill other things besides crocodiles?
Well, I only kill those that oppress me. I will go to where there's no oppression. Maybe to the west.
There is oppression everywhere in some form, Una says thoughtfully. But I suppose there has to be some punishment for your crime. She says, let me have one of your hands. as proof that I ran you off. Yeah, a hand.
You want to cut off my hand?
I seem to have a limb thing.
How about a foot? And then Orin can have it.
And then we can find some magic. All right. A foot. And then I will take it to the crocodiles and let them know that the serial killer has been dealt with, so they will not be hunting you.
Okay. I will make this sacrifice for my family and for the people of the Death Roll Kingdoms.
But if I hear that there's more crocodiles that have been killed, or I see you and you have not left, it might not go so well for you next time.
I cannot leave until I have the coin.
Oh.
Yes.
How much coin would you need? I have the.
I need somewhere between 8 and 10 coins to buy passage.
For you and all your family?
Well, one for each adult, and then the children. It depends. They're not all as big. Because I need to. I mean, I would like more, of course, but that would be what I would need. I only asked for the minimum. I am not greedy. I am not a criminal. I'm just doing what I have to do for my family. Losing my foot, suffering with only 8 to 10 coins.
I think that's you're getting off pretty easy for being a killer.
You've never killed.
I don't normally kill people. Well, I've killed some bandits.
Right, you killed humans.
People who are trying to kill others.
Right. People who are trying to take from others and oppress them. Take what's not theirs. And threaten them.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is why. Yes.
He smiles.
This is why I'm giving you 12 coins.
Oh. Okay.
And yeah, I guess I'll chop his foot off. Okay. Yes, like I said, I seem to have a limb thing. People seem to lose their limbs around me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you're gonna tourniquet it or whatever, so it doesn't bleed out when you cut off his foot.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
that's a pretty horrific thing, but we'll just kind of hand wave that and say we did it.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, he cut off his foot, and he's laying there. I mean, you cut him out of the spider web, or is he laying there in the web with no foot?
No, we would cut him out of the web as well.
Actually, I should have leave him in the web. He says, take the coin to my wife. So, his two wives. And leave me here in the web and cut off my foot. And then the men will find me, and I might get some kind of workman's comp. Yeah,
okay.
Some kind of a giant spider or something. This will be an excellent story. I will be a hero after all.
Oh. All right, this was the deal I made. This is the deal I'll keep to. Okay. You need to go though, Kalava.
Okay. Yeah.
And never return.
He says, "Bring the coin to my wives."
I will.
And he tells you where they live, of course.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So then you do it. I mean, you cut him up and you cut off his foot and leave him in the thing. And then once you've moved away, you hear, your distance away, you hear him yelling, and then men start to, gather around and run over there, and there's a bit of a commotion.
Okay.
Oh, giant spider! I saved you all, and they're like, "Kalava, the hero!" They're all happy.
Oh, I should have just killed him. Okay.
Well, he's missing a foot now. All right, yeah. Yep. So are you gonna go see his wives?
Yeah, I might as well. I'll give Orin the money.
Okay.
Because sneaking, because he has the pin.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, it shouldn't be too hard to get around that area. Nobody really, especially where he lives, people aren't really. Well, I think it's make a DC 15.
DC 15?
Just see if you've seen, because actually the poor area, they might more likely to turn you in because they get a reward.
Oh, no, that's 17. Yeah, no.
Okay, yeah. You head up to the house. It's kind of like a small shack. Not very elaborate. It's like kind of a bunch of small shacks all kind of jammed together. And if you knock at the door, a woman will answer. She's got the typical clothes and silks, not silks, but just the cloth, garments that you see. She's got around her neck a string of snakestone beads. She's got, she's, I don't know, rough, in her 20s maybe. And you can see there's another woman in the back that's holding a baby, and there's lots of other children. It's kind of a single room place. There's like a big mat in the center that they probably use for a bed. You can see like a stove off to the side. And yeah, she opens the door and she says, "Oh, what is that on your shoulder?"
Oh, this just ignore him. This is Herman. He's a friend of mine.
"Oh, I see. Oh, I thought maybe it was crocodile food. They like to eat small things like that."
Yes, they do. They do. But no, this is not. Good lady, I'm sorry to disturb you so late at night. I'm here because your husband has sent me. You'll be leaving town, and I'm supposed to give you these coins.
Oh. Wow. She looks at it. Oh, wow, so much coin. That is enough to travel away from this place.
And Oren feels bad, so he actually gives her 20.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because Oren's
says,
like,
so much. This is excellent. I can head back upriver. And we can maybe live with my family away from this place where the leopard people are much nicer than the crocodiles. They let you pet them.
Leopard people.
Yes.
This sounds interesting.
Yes. It's pretty interesting. And they're very nice. As long as you, sometimes they can think that they're playing with you, but in fact they're not. And they might, disembowel you. But it doesn't happen that often.
Well.
Yeah. Generally speaking, they're nice.
I think that leopard people sound. Yes. I could learn some. Do they know magic?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well,
they didn't do any magic when I was there. We used to use these wands to control them. And she says, "Let me see if I can hold on." She goes back she comes back with a stick. It's like maybe like 3 feet long. And at the end, there's like a string hanging down. And at the end of the string is like a little fuzzy ball. And she said, "This is a magic wand. The leopard people cannot resist. You move it, and their eyes are immediately attracted to it. It's powerful magic."
Ah. Well, maybe we'll head up that way again soon.
Well, if you do,
or head up that way.
Be sure to look us up. If you are a friend of Kalava, he has been a good man. He's taken care of us.
Well,
even though he's often on vacation.
Yes, friends. He's had an accident. So just so you know, don't be alarmed when you see him next.
Oh, an accident? I hope he's okay. He's such a good man and provider.
You really try to make me feel bad about this. He says, well, he's just missing a foot. That's all. Lost a foot in an accident. Terrible, terrible accident. I'm sure he'll tell you all about it. Anyway, I wanted to give you the coin.
Lost his foot. that's terrible. But that'll weigh half the amount of work when massaging his feet. This could work out. I'd say it's good news. Thank you, slug bearer.
Orin, my lady.
Orin bearer. I am Serene.
Good to meet you, Serene. All right, so yeah, he'll give her the money, the 20 gold or coins, and I think we'll get off the island before something terrible happens. So.
Yeah, the place is pretty much it's a commotion, obviously, because there's clearly giant spiders prowling. Because of that, I don't think anybody's going to see you. So you don't need to roll for it. I think you can definitely get off and back onto your little your kayak, moving out towards the you're carrying this foot. I assume you put in some kind of a sack.
Yeah, I have a sack. Yeah.
And you can head back to the offshore island. The trader island, as it would be. The one that's like a face of a statue.
Yep. And I will find Maya's son, to give him his pin back.
Ah, nice, yeah. Yep, he's quite drunk, having consumed about half of the triple-sized whiskey. And he takes it, he says, "Oh, thank you. Anytime you want to go back over."
Thank you.
You let me know. Ma'am. Do you want some whiskey?
No, thank you. You enjoy that.
Okay. I have
And
plenty.
be nice to your mother.
Yeah. She's a good lady.
All right.
Huh? Were you talking to me?
Good night. And she'll go back to Una's house, or where she stays.
Okay. Yeah.
Good night. Yep.
We definitely can do that. You do see Good Bear there.
Yep.
He's sitting on the front porch with his hat on and smoking a cigarette. There's like that little bit of light shining on him. As he's sitting there. Kind of looks up. The light reflects in his eyes. With the cigarette. He says, "Oh, you're back. Any word on the... What were you investigating again? Was it the penguins?"
I haven't heard anything from the penguins yet.
The killer.
The killer, yes. I got my confession, and I exacted punishment.
Oh. Little Yuna's growing up.
We won't be hearing from him again.
Oh. You took his tongue?
That would have been a good idea.
I was kidding. He kind of looks at you. You know what I did find out? Over there, and he points to, because this, if you remember, it looks like a face, like in the water, in this little house on top of the nose. Apparently, because you were talking about the underwater city, you were talking about that with him. Apparently, those nostrils go down under the water in caverns.
Ooh.
You don't think the penguins could be in there, do you?
I think it's
seen any.
The white penguins. They could be.
Right, exactly. Because nobody's seen them up here. Maybe you're right. Maybe they are underneath. Do you think white penguins would be in the dark, though?
Well, depends. Are they blind?
I don't know. I haven't seen any.
Well, it certainly can't hurt, and there could be something interesting down there, even if it's not penguins.
That's true. Yeah, maybe we should check that out.
In the morning?
Sure.
Okay.
In the morning. He sniffs. He's like, "What do you have in that sack there? Get some food. I'm a little hungry."
I
Smells
do
like
have.
fresh kill.
Unfortunately, you can't eat this. I'm going to bring this to the crocodiles.
Oh yeah. Well, they deserve to eat too, I guess.
Well, it's evidence or punishment. Anyway.
I see.
I'm still learning.
Right. Well, you're doing a good job.
Okay, so she would bid the bear good night so that they could get some rest.
Okay. Yeah, he would tell you. Well, I guess he'll tell you in the morning. It's running my little. Ever since I updated the software, I'm trying to find my sheet. Yeah, you would know that, or he would. Well, you get up in the morning, I should say, and Good Bear tells you, we got to go up and talk to the merchant lord there. That's his house on top. He doesn't just let anybody go in there. He's,
I haven't talked to him yet.
Mahanat San Orm. He's the merchant lord.
All right. Mahanat.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that when we explain the situation, he'll let us go down. Most people seem to be reasonable.
Of course. You gotta do a little of that fast talk detective work.
Exactly.
Tips his hat and he says, all right.
So
Consider
I can
this
heal
on the
up
job
some
training.
luck, right?
Yep, you get your level back in luck.
Okay.
And if Orin spellburned, he gets an ability score. Well, one back on each ability score.
One back on each. Okay. Got it. That's right. Yes, on the job training.
On the job training. Cool. Yeah, I mean, he'll go up there with you. So if you want. So Orin and Yuna and Good Bear head up to the. I was trying to find the thing so I could show you the picture, but my little switch between apps thing wasn't. Oh, here we go. This not that anybody. Unfortunately, those watching will not see it, but so you remember what this looks like.
Yes.
So you're basically, you guys are let down. I think I said your house is around here. So you're gonna go up to these nostrils.
Okay.
His house is on top. And yeah, you head up. You can already see. You start heading towards the nostrils, but Good Bear is like, oh no, he'll be down by the docks. He's in charge of the docks over here. So you head down there and you see basically sitting at the edge of the dock. There's like a stool and like a temporary table set up, and there's a big kind of heavy set human. He's sitting there. He's bald head. He's kind of dressed in the local garb. He's got a series of scrolls kind of piled up in front of him in an ink pen, ink well in a pen. And he's like marking stuff off, and Good Bear kind of walks up and he kind of stops about 15 feet away, and he looks at you and he says, "Go get him, kid."
All right, Good Bear. I walk up.
The man looks up and he says, "Good morning. Are you receiving or distributing? How many stevedores do you need?"
Oh, I don't need any stevedores. Are you Mahanet?
Yes. I am.
My name is Yuna. I'm with the
Nice to
Good
meet
Bear
you.
Detective Agency. And
Oh, good bear, huh?
yes. And I was told I
Nice.
needed to seek permission from you to enter the caverns under the island.
Oh, do you know? He kind of leans onto the desk. Those nostrils, they're not just for show. They go down. What do you think's down there?
Oh,
You know, I set my stevedores over to dig the mouth out, but it looks like the mouth part's kind of sealed. But I wonder, do you think a giant would have eaten something interesting? You could find out for just a few coin. And of course, a percentage of the pull. Typically, percentages start at 20, but for you, I like you. I'll give you 15%.
you want 15% of my haul?
Right. And a coin per individual, kind of passage fee, because I don't want you don't want the tourists going down there. I want to make sure serious people.
Oh, 15%.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you bring a lot up, then we could talk. We'll base 15.
Have other people brought anything up?
Not yet. Thus the one coin charge. I was letting people go down there, but they weren't coming back with any coin, so I got to
Are they
make
coming
something
back at
right.
all?
Some came back, yeah.
What did they say was down there?
They were definitely tourists.
What does
They
that
said it
mean?
was dark and damp and smelled like the inside of a giant's nose, as you might expect.
Ah,
But you, I can tell, kind of eyeballs you. You look like an experienced adventurer. I've seen you around. I know what you did about the god smoke,
oh yes.
and I appreciate that. A lot of my stevedores were getting high on that and then smashing each other in the face at night. That's never good. You don't want to smash face stevedore. I mean, not that you need to look at them, but they got to count and carry. Can't count and carry with a smashed face.
No, or if you're high.
Right. Well, what they do on their own time is up to me, but if they come back with a smashed face, that doesn't work for me.
Well, I think one coin per person. I don't think Good Bear will go with us. So just Oren and I.
Okay.
And 12%, right?
20%? No, I said 15. But if you want to give me 20, I mean, I'm not going to deny business.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said 12. Sorry.
Oh, no, I definitely didn't say that. I believe I said 15. But I like the way you operate. So let's say 13.
13 it is.
Lucky 13.
Hopefully I'll find something
I hope so too.
that's shareable.
Well, let's hope so.
Okay. She'll take that deal.
Okay. He's
I'll
kinda
let Bear,
looks at you.
Good Bear.
I give
No.
him a coin and so I'll say, good luck. If you
Thank
need any
you.
candles or lamps or anything, there's one of my men is up there selling them. We give him best price on the island.
Oh, I have a few torches and some oil and things like that.
Oh, okay, good. All right. If you want, any, paraphernalia, like a hat or a T-shirt, that could be had on the way out.
You have a gift shop?
Well, I wouldn't call it a gift shop, but the table set up. We're a small business. We're just starting. We didn't know that the nostril. I've been living here for 5 years. I didn't know there was anything in those nostrils. I mean, who walks into a giant's nostril? Yeah.
Oh, I am apparently going to.
Well, I
So,
mean, just on the you're going because you're an adventurer. I'm saying just your average person. If you see a nostril, you don't walk into it. But then my nephew, yeah, he got his face smashed way too many times on the docks. Walked in the nostril one day, and now we got a little side business.
your nephew survived?
Yeah, he's up there selling t-shirts and hats.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what I find.
Okay. Good luck.
Oh, thank you.
He nods. Puts the coin in his little pouch that he has there. You walk back, Good Bear's standing there. He's leaning on a post, smoking a cigarette.
All
Did
right,
you get the
Mr. Good Bear.
goods?
I did. He's letting us go in there. Well, Oren and I. If you want to go, that's fine, but I have to pay another coin for you. He's trying to make this a tourist attraction.
Oh, that makes sense. It is pretty cool to go to a giant's nostril.
Do you want to come? I'll give him another coin.
No. I think I'm going to investigate. I'm going to follow up with some leads up here on these penguins.
Okay. Well, I have the earpiece. I will keep you updated if I see any evidence of penguins.
Excellent. And yeah, he starts heading back towards his boat with this tiny little rowing guy who's on it. Because you guys are down at the docks, so he has that tiny man that rows the boat very, very quickly.
Really fast, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I will head towards the caverns, the nostrils.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d8.
D8?
See if you encounter anything interesting on the way.
Okay. 3.
Oh. Okay. Nice. So you're kind of walking up towards the spot, and it's a pretty crowded road, and you kind of brush past this man. And he kind of turns. He sees Orin and a slug, and he says, "Oh my God! Keep it away! Keep it away! Keep it away!"
What? Orin looks, left,
Am I?
left, right.
Nobody move. He starts touching his head like this. Don't take my brain. Please. I need it. He starts backing away slowly.
Why on earth would we want your brain? We'll ask. And Orin's kind of looking back and forth. Like, what is he looking at?
The fortune teller. They told me. The magician would take my brain.
Who? A fortune teller?
Yes, the fortune teller. You know the fortune teller.
Yeah, I do.
You've met her before. Her name
Yep.
is...
Yeah.
As I scroll, I'll tell you her name.
I'll say... Well, we have no intention of taking your brain, good sir.
Siana,
that's right.
Aren't you a sorcerer?
Orin here is, yes, but as far as I know, he hasn't taken any brains. I mean, I've been traveling with him for quite a while. I think I would know.
Have you taken any other body parts?
Well, teeth, a foot here and there, the occasional hand, but never brain.
I see.
And only from people who deserved it. Teeth from bandits, a foot from a killer, and I think the hand was a statue's hand. But no brains. No brains.
Are you building some kind of golem?
Surprisingly enough, no. You'd think. But it just so happens that these things happen.
I see. Okay,
They
then.
were all very deserving, I promise.
He starts to back away. He says, all right, well, thank you for not taking my braid.
Well, are there other magicians on this island that you're afraid of?
I mean, any of them, if I see them. There's not that many
Like,
magicians around here. The penguins are said to be magic, but I don't know if you would consider them sorcerers because they're just magical. Because penguins, they're magical. They slide on their
right.
bellies and stuff.
And yeah, and they use their poles to move the ice flows and stuff, the rafts.
Right. Oh, do you think that's
Well,
magical?
I think
I
it's a
thought they
kind
were
of
just,
magic.
yeah, they're little guys.
Well, I don't think any magician's going to take your brain. Maybe the fortune teller misspoke.
I don't think so. She's always right.
Well, we certainly will not be doing that.
Okay, well,
Unless you turn out to be evil or something. And she kind of laughs a little bit. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Kidding. Joke.
Are you looking for evil brains? Why would you want evil brains?
I mean, we try to stop evil when we find it.
See.
And I was kidding anyway. About the brain thing.
That's funny. You're not from around here, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay, he's been slowly stepping backwards.
Yeah.
Now he kind of bumps into the side of a building. He kind of looks around and okay, and he goes around the corner really quickly.
Oh boy. Oren's like, you're you need to be a little bit less honest with people. She says, but we have taken limbs and body parts.
That is actually true.
Yeah. Anyway, but we're certainly not going to take brains. That's gooey.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna head up to the nose. As you approach the nose, you see a table set up in front, and you see a man. He looks like he's probably broken his nose more times than you could imagine. And he's sitting there like behind this table. And there's a few. I mean, they're not actually t-shirts, obviously. There's like the shirts that they wear. They're not t-shirts. They're like silk shirts, or whatever. He's got a few shirts there. They seem to have roughly painted symbols that look like a nose. So basically, it looks like this, and it's got like the two nostrils. It could also just look like a bump, I guess. And then he has some hats as well. And he looks at you. He says, 1 coin per person, plus 25%.
I've already made a deal with Mahanet. I've given him coins, and we have our percentage worked out.
Okay. Would you like a hat or a shirt?
I might get a hat on the way out. I did lose my hat, so.
Okay.
But I'm not going to wear it in case we encounter something dangerous. I don't want to lose another hat.
Yeah, no, they take a while to make. They're basically like almost like a sun hat looking thing, like a big kind of, and they seem to be woven of the towed leather. And even though they're like roundish on top, they've got like the top is shaped like a nose. It's like a giant nose. So when you're wearing it, it kind of looks like the face, like a kind of. I mean, it's not done that well. Yeah, and if you want to go in, he says, "Okay, well, left nostril."
Okay, I will go in. Yep.
All right. Yeah. You walk in. I mean, it's like a, it'd be like a 15, 20 foot deep cave. And, it's relatively dark, but I suppose you're lighting up a torch. And when you do, you can see that you'd have to get on your hands and knees, but you can actually see that the passage goes, it goes back into the nose, and there's like a smaller passage that you could kind of crawl into if you want to, go deeper into the nostril.
Yes, I do. We're looking for white penguins or anything interesting.
Okay, yeah. So you come up and you shine your torch down there, and you can see that the passage kind of, it's like narrow, but it kind of only goes a couple feet this way, and then it drops, and you kind of go through it, and you find yourself kind of in reverse on the other side. So you kind of go around in a circle. So now you're in the you're in the mouth basically. But it's like a large cavern. And your torch flickers around. You can actually see that you're in a pretty large cavern. It looks like there's a very big tongue in front of you. I mean, it's stone, of course, and it's actually like pushed up, and you can actually see the shape of teeth. I mean, it looks like you're inside of a very, very detailed statue because it's elaborate on the inside. So you can see that you're inside of a mouth, and of course, there's a passage that would be the throat, continuing down deeper, if you were to so desire. The mouth itself seems pretty empty. You don't see anything in here.
All right. No, there wouldn't be writing if it's a mouth. Like, is it?
Yeah, you want to
like
look around? Go ahead and make a.
Is the tongue stone, or does it squishy? Like, does it give?
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna go check out the stone. Yeah. If you walk up to the tongue, and start checking it out, it is in fact stone. But go ahead and. I mean, you're looking. You actually do see writing on the tongue.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually looks like some kind of glyphs or magical writing.
Okay, so Orin.
Yeah, Orin, right. Yeah, since he's a wizard, it'll be a DC, let's say 15.
Okay.
To basically read off the magical writing and
all right.
Yeah.
Ooh, 20.
Okay. Yeah, so he looks at the tongue and he's like, he reads the magical words, and when you do, you feel you feel a rumbling, and the mouth opens.
Oh God.
The mouth opens up, and several small buildings and shacks crumble and fall down into the space. Go ahead and make a DC 15 reflex save to avoid crap as it falls into the open mouth of the giant.
Oh God.
Both of you to avoid damage.
Okay, let me just get my reflex save. All right, good. All right, so +2.
I mean, who knew that opening a giant's mouth would be a problem?
Oh, that's the D20, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, D20. You want to make it 15 or better.
Okay, +2. So Orin made it, and Yuna did not make it.
All right, so you're gonna take.
She rolled a 12.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna take 15 points of damage. Holy shit.
Oh. Oh.
That's a lot of damage.
Shit.
She's not dead, is she?
No. She had.
Okay.
She has 20. She's level 4. She has 21 hit points.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you're up there on levels. I was like, well, that was. I mean, it was 3d6, so that was almost max damage. Yeah, so probably a shack falls on her. Actually, probably the boy with the table. Well, he's right at
souvenir table.
Yeah, so like things are built up right around the edge of the mouth, of course, and then when it opens, these things just crumble. Like a dozen people fall in there.
Oh, no.
The pieces of building and stuff fall in, and dust is everywhere, and people are screaming, and you kind of look up and you can see the sun blazing down through the open mouth, and that's probably a good place to leave it, I think.
Oh no!
I'll give you something else. We can do one more thing before we leave it.
Oh. Well, Yuna's gonna get up. She's gonna say, "Oops."
And that's what we'll leave.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh.
Excellent.